The Quality Enhancement Plan for Alvin Community College began as a search, a quest to identify an area of need within our learning community and try to come up with a response to that need. The QEP, while being required of colleges and universities, is really an opportunity to examine the students, community, and faculty and look for unique ways to improve the learning experience.
The idea is that all institutions of higher ed should be able to find a problem, research the problem, and come up with a solution for it and implement the solution. And they should have the resources to do it. It really is about finding a problem and also being able to prioritize your problems, and that's something I think this group was really successful with at Alvin, is that the research that they did locally about what was out there, what were potential QEPs, was done very thoroughly.
And this is something that is designed specifically to improve student learning. So we had to look at what we do and how we operate and how we could improve student learning. So we decided to do technology. Now, technology basically is a broad field or a broad area, so we had to really narrow it down. To do this, we put together a community, because we're talking about a committee that comes from the faculty and staff and students. But also we looked at the broader community, the people in Alvin, and people in the surrounding areas, and asked them, what should we be doing, how should we be doing this? And so we not only had outside impact, but we also had expertise from the inside. So with that in mind, we assembled a group of experts and really non-experts and brainstormed. And we brainstormed for, I guess, about a year and a half. And to that end, we've come to the conclusion that we're going to not only use technology, but focus in on the issue of online learning.
I think our basic sense was there were two huge problems as far as students were concerned. One was technology and one was study skills. There were a lot of others that we talked about. And it took us a long time to narrow down the topic to technology, and then possibly even longer to narrow down the technology topic to, all right, let's focus on Blackboard. Once we decided on that focus, though, and started to work with distance education, it became clear that this was a great decision. This is going to be necessary.
Alvin Community College has experienced the same kind of growth in online learning that is common throughout the country. For a variety of reasons, many students have found the flexible learning schedule provided by an online delivery system makes attending college feasible while continuing to work and deal with other time commitments.
86% of all students at Alvin Community College are engaged in one way or another in online classes. So we wanted to specifically target an area where we can impact that great number. The statistics that we've looked over, not only at Alvin Community College, but nationwide, show that students drop out and or fail at a much higher rate in online classes as opposed to face-to-face classes. And so we sought to bridge that divide, basically bring those percentages down through an online orientation.
The common instrument used in all of our online and hybrid courses is My Blackboard. In this age of technology, we often expect our students to be up to speed on all things technical. But the truth is, many of them come in unprepared for the online interface.
But what we're realizing is that students are probably a little bit behind faculty in terms of their ability to grasp the technology and know what it means to be successful in a class.
Students spend a lot of the first part of their semester dealing with just the course delivery system and trying to figure out how Blackboard works, and it takes them weeks sometimes to get involved in the course material itself. So particularly with the new release of Blackboard that we'll have coming, it's essential that students have a better foundation for Blackboard so that they can jump right into the course instead of having to figure out how to get to the materials instead. So it really will help student learning and student frustration levels as well.
I'm comfortable with it now, but my first semester was so hard. I had a lot of problems and I couldn't meet deadlines because I was trying to resolve those issues. So I would have liked it better if I had someone help me out with the shortcuts in the beginning.
Our QEP, or our Quality Enhancement Plan, is an orientation designed to give these students the skills to not only navigate the course, but to do the nuts and bolts of courses.
We're going to focus things like how to take tests in there, how to turn in assignments, really focusing on areas that have been problem areas in the past. We get lots of support calls for certain things. We'll cover those. So yes, very specific to Blackboard, and for students setting up their own computers at home, because that can be an issue. Right, Java, do I have, pop-ups blocked or whatever? So letting them set up their computers and work inside the Blackboard system.
Identifying an area of need and a solution are just part of the QEP process. We must also find the best possible solutions for implementing the plan in a way that is fair to the students and staff, and also helps us measure our level of success.
We're going to administer it beginning in spring of 2013 to 100% of people enrolling in online classes, so they'll be required to take this orientation. The orientation will be a combination of a prepackaged Blackboard orientation, and it's going to be shaped by our distance education department and an instructional design group that we put together through the QEP committee. 2013 to 2017, those 5 years, we plan to track the data and to go ahead and do analysis as we're moving forward, and then of course do cumulative analysis at the end of that and prepare an impact report for the SACS organization. Not only will we take those data, but we'll also go back and mine the data from 5 years past, and we'll look at we'll compare and contrast what we've seen in the past with specifically pass and fail rates and withdrawal rates in face-to-face classes, hybrid classes, and online classes. We'll compare it with what we have in the focus years from 2013 to 2017.
As word of the college's planned Quality Enhancement Plan has filtered its way through the staff and students, the general attitude has been welcoming. Students and faculty understand the need to establish a base level of understanding in order to maximize the potential of online learning.
I don't see anything but positive responses from faculty as far as, oh, this will be fantastic, having students have a better foundation. I also think that as we lead up to QEP, we'll see a lot of faculty participation in focus groups, student focus groups. There will be a large number of faculty who are beta testing the new Blackboard and also helping out with the orientation, and that will get more and more exposure for faculty, those who are a little bit familiar with it, those who are a lot familiar with it, but we'll have this expansion as far as exposure to Blackboard, and that will be positive for students who are looking for courses online, who are looking for their regular courses to have Blackboard hooked up to those regular courses as well.
I try to take most of my classes online since I've got a family and I work full-time. It's going to be nice to have an orientation on Blackboard because while I use it, sometimes when I have a problem, I don't know if it's me, the computer, the college, Blackboard, or what. It'd be great to have an online orientation that I can go over and look at and review and figure out what's really happening.
I think they're really excited about it because they're getting some more help that they didn't have in the past, and maybe taking some of that burden off of everyone. This is a brand new system that we're moving to with the QEP. Not only are we doing orientation for Blackboard, but a brand new release of Blackboard. So everyone's going to be faced this new animal that we're going to be dealing with, but it's really exciting, good collaborative tools, and I think the whole campus will benefit from the QEP now.
The selection of an online learning orientation by the college addresses one of the primary areas of change for students and faculty. As an institution with more than 60 years of higher education experience, it's clear that change is constant, and how we deal with that change has a huge impact on how well we serve our students.
We're all having to not only adapt to new learning strategies, new pedagogical strategies, but also understanding that online education, it's not just distance education. It's not for the people who can't make it to campus. It's for the people who want to manage their lives in a 21st century manner and be able to take courses and do the classwork at 3 o'clock in the morning if they prefer. Is that necessarily a good thing? Well, the jury's out on that and will remain out. But what we can hang our hat on is that more and more students want this option. I think it's going to be positive for ACC and positive for this community as we push forward this program.